Hey, I'm Sloan. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, a lot of my videos I typically do real-time or sped up work. Today's video is me putting up my last and final wall panel. I have spent a lot of time prepping this wall panel as far as making all the cuts, having all this framing and installation done, having this window in, cut out all the templates that I need for this to go up. Now you will be able to watch the real-time mounting of the wall panel. The total time is about 1 hour and 30 minutes without it sped up, but anytime where I'm not speaking, it will be sped up 4 times to keep things interesting. That'll work. I can get this. Watch right there. solid. Hell yeah. Okay, have some there. There we go. Those. Make sure it works. Then plug into you guys can start. Oh. Oh. Almost there. Got the electronics all fixed in, and the safe up, bolted. So now we just follow it up with yeah, like screws. Like little nailers or anchors, yeah, or wire nails. They're from the wall, so they got this like little edge. You hit with a hammer, you set up as far as I can, and that's working immediately. You don't have to do it, so we can help it. Almost there. Got the electronics all fixed in, and the safe up and bolted. So now we just gotta follow it up with we have these like screws, like little nailers, or I ain't sure their name. They are wire nails. I've done this for all my other walls. So they got this like little edge that you hit with a hammer. I'm just send up as far in as I can. And that's been working for me lately. The other ones haven't moved anywhere, so I'm going to keep up with it. All right, we have done it. We have all of these wire nails going all the way through it, all along the edges, all into the framing that I've had set up already. I got my wires kind of like crossed out there. Yeah, that's pretty much done. What I've done with the other ones is I'll just come back through and like there's a wire nail right there. I've just been going over it with some white paint. So there's some that kind of poke out. Maybe I gotta go in and like smash them in harder and then paint over it, but it doesn't bother me too much. Like widely looking at it, you barely notice really any of those. But yeah, I'm excited. So the way I did this is I got these electrical plopped in there. I gotta screw that one down actually. I got this light, which will be convenient because I plan to sleep right around this area. I did this kind of like insert here along the wall. And the idea behind that is I can like throw stuff into this little section here. And since we're going to be like bouncing around as we drive, it's going to be stable up there. Like it's not going to fall down, which is going to be a huge win. And then I'm also thinking, since on that top end, I've got that opening, that what I'll do is I'll get like a curtain rod or something that goes up in there. But yep, that was the big thing that I needed to do today. And it actually allows me to start sleeping in the van. That was one of the big holdups, was having that done. But at the moment, I have literally every electronic in that I want, or that I have to have. I do have this one that's kind of hanging out here. And the hope was to have like some kind of LED situation going on. I just haven't found the right LEDs to put up. But the next project I have is I've got these cabinets up here that are just wide open. And I've got them prepared already, so I actually might do that today. I'm going to slap them onto the end here. So it'll close off the edge. And then another one slaps right into that spot. And then I think I'm going to do something a little like simple. So I've got this piece of metal that I'm thinking about like having go to like here or so. I'll have to see how I want to do that exactly. But I was thinking of having like a metal strip go across the whole thing and then below it have like netting instead. All right, now I am going to try and put up this little panel that I have made that should fit right in. Same thing, I'm going with 1/4 inch plywood, kind of like I've done with everything else. Everybody get this. Stay on. All right, done it. That's up there. The top is kind of weak, so I might add kind of one of these like support dealios, but I don't really have a good spot to fix it to. You know, this is my van. Maybe I'll upgrade it later, but if I'm like putting clothes up in there, I don't think it's gonna reach the limits of anything. Same thing with this side. I just put on that end. It's pretty strong. I actually put some up there. But hey, I'm happy with it. I've got some like edges that weren't perfect. I like bringing out the sander every once in a while when I feel like getting the van dirty. I'll like go and sand this down, and then I'll have to repaint to get it perfect. That's the best way I found to do it, because trying to get it exact, perfect, and using all straight cuts isn't as easy as you might think. But yeah, I'm excited. I just need to figure out how I'm going to hold stuff in here now. That's the only like kind of tricky thing. I've got multiple ideas that I'm playing with, and it's just kind of deciding between one of them.